What's up, graphic designers? In today's class, you're going to be deconstructing this image, this cover of November 9th. It's a book by Colleen Hoover. I haven't read it. I've heard good things. And you're going to be creating something that ultimately looks a little bit like this. So the layout's going to be the same. You're going to apply blending modes. You're going to be using layer masks. And what I know, like when we were looking at this image, that it's got this cool sort of like horizontal lines in the background. I had to do a little bit of researching, and I was able to ultimately find stacked paper texture. So you're going to do the same, and I'm actually going to right click, I'm going to copy image. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to approach this, but you're going to do everything else. So I'm going to go to this blank, I'm going to press Command V, I'm going to press Command T, I'm going to increase the size. I can't help but notice that there's a little bit of a watermark. I'm going to actually press Command J, I'm going to press M for a rectangular marquee. I'm going to create a selection, right click, we're going to fill, content aware, and it's gone. We're going to now desaturate, Command Shift U, and then what we're going to do now is you're going to think about like how to create something that looks a little bit like this. Again, you're deconstructing it, you're reverse engineering it. We're aspiring to create something that looks a little bit like this. But you know what? I also noticed that they've got these like falling papers in the breeze, I don't know, that are sort of like just blowing around in the wind. And I was able to create some of these examples here. So how exactly are we going to do that? What you're going to do is use a rectangular marquee. Well, let's create a new layer. We're going to use a rectangular marquee, and we're going to have white and then a light gray. All right, and so I'll zoom in a tad. I'm going to use the gradient tool on the new layer, and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. We're just creating a simple gradient like so. All right, that looks fine. Next, we're going to press Command J, Command J, Command J, and so I can see that we've got a few copies. And you're always going to want to keep one original somewhere around here because you may return to it at a later date or a later point. Next, we're going to press Command T to transform the image, but if we go up to the top, to the right of where it says bicubic, what we notice, it says switch between free transform and warp mode. And so now in warp mode, you can simply grab a corner like so, and that looks awesome. I'm going to press check to confirm. And now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to add drop shadow. So we'll do a layer mask, a layer style, drop shadow, and then we're going to shift it around. And I'm clicking on this drop shadow. That's awesome. And I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to drop the opacity to, let's say 14%. Like we want it to be subtle. All right, that looks awesome. And so that's ultimately what we're creating. So the city skyline of your choice, maybe it's New York, maybe it's Toronto. I actually picked my hometown. This is Hartford, Connecticut. I've got lots of very fond memories, lots of wonderful memories right here on the water. You're going to pick maybe a city or a skyline that resonates with you. You're going to produce something that looks a little bit like this. Normally, I would say, let me know if you have any questions, but today I want you to figure it out on your own. Good luck.